lecturer in the computer IT department at LG Polytechnic. We will see several keys which are used in the database system in this tutorial. Keys are very important part of the relational database model. They are used to establish and identify relationships between tables and also to uniquely identify any record or row of data inside a table. A key can be a single attribute or a group of attributes where the combination may act as a key. Why do we need a key? In real world application, the number of tables required for storing the data is huge and the different tables are related to each other as well. Also, tables store a lots of data into them. Tables generally extend to thousands of records stored into them unsorted and unorganized. Now, to fetch any particular record from such a data set, you will have to apply some conditions. But what if there is a duplicate data present and every time you try to fetch same data by applying certain condition, you will get the wrong data. To avoid all this, keys are defined to easily identify any row of data in a table. Keys also allow you to establish a relationship between and identify the relation between tables and help you to enforce identity and integrity in the relationship. Let's understand all this by example. We have relation R. Here, table is referred as a relation. Relation R has three attributes A, B and C. Here, columns are referred as attributes. Now, in relation R, we can see the data. If I want to know the value of particular cell, then I can identify them using a column because in the table there is a name available for columns which are A, B and C. But there is no name available for rows. So to identify particular row or record, key is used. How? Let's see. Suppose I want to see the value of B which has 3 value in column A. I will get Q for column B. Now, if I want value for column A, where column B has value Q, then I will get two values, which are 2 and 3. What if I want only unique values? Then I have to use a combination of column B and column C. By using a combination of columns, I will get a unique value. Suppose I say column B has value Q and column C has value S. Then I will get value of A which is 3. So we can say that key is an attribute or a set of attributes which is used to identify each tuple uniquely in relation. Here, row is referred as tuple. There are several keys are defined which are super key, candidate key, primary key, alternate key and foreign key. Let's try to understand all the keys using a simple example. Let's start with the super key. A super key is a set of one or more attributes that allows to identify each tuple uniquely in a relation. For example, consider a relation student with attribute student ID, name, address, class and contact number. In the student relation, each tuple represents an individual student. Here, student ID attribute can distinguish each tuple from another. So, student ID is a super key for student relation. If K is super key, then any superset of K is a super key. For example, the combination of student ID with any columns or any attribute say student ID and contact number is a super key for the relation. Here student ID is a super key. Two students may have the same names. In relation student, name column has similar value for two different records which is GIA. So, any attribute name cannot identify each and every tuple uniquely. Because of this reason, an attribute name alone is not a super key, but combination of name and contact number can be considered as a super key. Next key is a candidate key. The minimal set of attributes which can uniquely identify a tuple is known as candidate key, or we can say that a super key is which no subset is a super key is called a candidate key. For example, for student relation, student ID as well as name and contact number are super keys. and so they each are called as candidate keys. But all the super keys are not called candidate key. Let's understand it by an example. Suppose I take an attribute and a set of attributes which are student ID, combination of student ID and name, combination of student ID, name and contact number, combination of name and contact number, and the name. Here, student ID is a super key. As discussed in the super key, any combination of student ID with any other attribute is a super key for that relation student. So, combination of student ID and name can be a super key, and combination of student ID, name and contact number also with a super key. Now, combination of name and contact number can be a super key because using the combination we get unique tuple from the relation. Now, name. Name cannot be a super key because we get multiple values for a single attribute. Let's see which attribute or set of attributes can be a candidate key. Here, combination of student ID, name and contact number is the superset for the subset student ID and name. I will get the same result for combination of student ID, name and contact number. If I get the same result from both the set, then a minimal set is used as per the definition that no subset is a super key. Now, student ID is a subset of student ID and name, and also student ID is a super key. So, student ID and name cannot be a candidate key. There is no subset available for student ID, and student ID is a super key. So, student ID can be a candidate key. Next one is name and contact number. Subset of combination name and contact number is available here, which is name, but name cannot be a candidate key because it is not a super key, and we cannot retrieve any tuple uniquely using attribute name. So we can say that any subset of name and contact number has not a super key. So combination of name and contact number can be a candidate key. Here we get set of candidate key which is student ID and combination of name and contact number. There are many more combinations available which can be a candidate key. A relation contain more than one candidate key, but for understanding I have used these two only. Now, next key is a primary key. Basically, candidate key and primary key has no difference. Both are the same. But a primary key is a candidate key which is chosen by database designer, or we can say that is chosen by database administrator to identify tuple uniquely in a relation. For example, if database designer choose candidate key student ID to identify a student uniquely, then student ID is a primary key for the relation student. Primary key must be unique and does not have null values. A relation contains only one primary key. Next key is a alternate key. An alternate key is a candidate key which is not chosen by database designer to identify tuple uniquely in a relation. For example, if database designer choose candidate key student ID to identify student uniquely, then another candidate key combination of name and address is the alternate key for that relation student. Next key is a foreign key. A foreign key is a set of one or more attributes whose values are derived from the key attribute, we can say primary key, of another relation. For example, consider the student and course relations. Here, values of attribute student ID of course relation are derived from the student relation. So, attribute student ID in the course table is referred as foreign key. A foreign key can have only those values which appear in another relation where it is defined as a candidate key attribute. So, values of student ID in course relation must appear as values of student ID in a student relation. For example, if a course C01 has a student ID S01, then S01 must appear as a student ID in student relation. No course can refer to a student which is not present in the student relation. Let's suppose in course relation, if I want to check the course of a student having student ID S09, I cannot find any result because there is no student present in the student table who have student ID S09. So, for referring data, The value of the attribute must be present in the reference table. Here student table is known as reference table, whereas course relation is known as referencing relation. A foreign key can also refer to the key attribute of the same relation. For example, consider the relation employee. Relation employee have attributes employee ID, employee name, address, contact number, post, salary, manager ID and branch. Here an attribute manager ID refers to the employee ID. Referential integrity ensures that manager ID also appear as an employee ID somewhere in the same relation. There are some important questions available for this tutorial. Let's see them one by one. Can we define more than one primary key in a table? Next question, can foreign key be the set of more than one attribute to define a record uniquely? Next question is, which key is used to make relation between two tables? Next question is, what is the candidate key in a database management system? And the last question is, the subset of super key is a candidate key under what condition? You can write your answers into the comment section. We have seen various keys which are used in the database system in this tutorial. This concept is very useful in the database system. If you have any doubt or query regarding this tutorial, then you can write it into the comment section. If you want to watch another tutorials of this series, then the link is available in the description box. If you like the video, press on the like button and share the video. Stay tuned with us for watching new videos of this series. Thank you for watching this video.